What up, you should Team Movies here, and happy Pride Month. Since this month I'm doing my reviews for past LGBTQ films, here is my review for the 2005 indie film Mysterious Skin. Mysterious Skin premiered all the way back in 2005 and starred the likes of Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Bradley Corbett. This is probably one of Levitt's best performances in my opinion. The film is actually based on a novel by Scott Heim, and it's the story of two very different kids whose life becomes forever intertwined even as their paths divide only to merge again 10 years later. And the film ends up opening when both of the kids are members of the Panthers, a league of baseball team, and Brian becomes the worst player, and he's very quiet. He's a shy kid with very few talents and few social skills. Then you got Neil, who's like this young man who quickly becomes the star of his team, and not to mention Neil, who's of course portrayed by Joseph Gordon-Levitt. He's actually also a gay hustler as well. And I thought this and of course, one day Brian is finding in a cellar with his nose. He ends up having his nose bleed, and from the day forward, he will experience nosebleeds, flashbacks, nightmares of and other physical symptoms over time. And of course, Neil ends up becoming this black hole, according to his best friend Wendy, and he also begins prostituting himself by his mid-teens. Which also includes risky encounters. And his friend Wendy, by the way, is of course portrayed by Michelle Trachtenberg, who you might know from Gossip Girl fame and all. Anyway, the movie also had some other intriguing cast members, like you had Marilyn Raskikub, you had Chris Mulkey, Richard Ryle was in this, Bill Sage, Elizabeth Shue was in this movie. It's a really decent, coming of age tale. Of course, in early 2000s, there was some really intriguing, teen movies like this. Whether it was something like Mean Creek, Mysterious Skin is a really good one. Of course, Nowhere, which was directed by Craig Araki, who also directed this movie. He's also directed some other stuff like Whitebird and Blizzard. I mean, Craig Araki is one really intriguing director, and what he did with this movie was really interesting. Joseph Gordon-Levitt played his part really well, and I can say this is actually Joseph Gordon-Levitt has been acting since he was a child and all. But this was I can say this was really one of the movies that put Joseph Gordon-Levitt on the map, as a bona fide breakout star. And I know he was really solid in this movie. Bradley Corbett was pretty good. Of course, he also appeared in 2003's film 13. He was pretty good in that one as well. And I know Bradley Corbett, he's done some other stuff here and there, but I know he did a really decent job with this movie. His chemistry with Joseph Gordon-Levitt was really interesting. And this movie is very touching. It's very heartfelt. It does include abuse. It does have an LGBTQ storyline because, of course, like I said, Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character is this gay hustler, and he even prostitutes himself and all that. So yeah, I mean, and Bill Sage, his performance as this much more playfully and he's seduces other kids and all, and he also abuses them. I mean, he's kind of not a great character here too. So yeah, but if you guys have never really seen Mysterious Skin, you can find it on Amazon. You can find it on Apple TV. Give it a watch. It's a really decent little film. Anyway, let me leave you guys. Have you ever seen Mysterious Skin? If so, what story? Were you a fan of it? Were you not a fan of it? Drop comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This is Simon signing out.